Hey guys, today we're driving the 2012 Acura MDX base. Throughout this video, we will be doing some on throttle and we will be doing some city, highway, and country road driving. Stay tuned for more. But before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look at what's under the hood of the MDX. You have the standard 3.7 liter I-VTEC V6. This produces 300 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque, and it is mated with a 6-speed automatic transmission. We will evaluate the transmission a little bit later in this video. And fuel economy is okay. 16 in the city, 21 on the highway, 19 combined. That's not the greatest fuel economy, but it's acceptable. And 0 to 60 time is around 7.5 seconds. Right, time to get this MDX on the road. So, as we go over the bridge, we're going to approach the merging ramp, and that will begin our highway driving. Alright, so here we are on the loopy ramp. I think you can get a feel of the handling on this loopy ramp. Oh, pretty sunny out. And once we get to the bottom of this ramp, we're gonna floor it. And here we go. Wow, this V6 is fun. I wish that it would rev a little bit higher once you put your foot down. But we're cruising down the highway right now. Pretty quiet on the inside. I'm impressed for 2012. I know some cars that are kind of loud on the inside, especially wind noise wise, when you're cruising down the highway or a city road. Toyota Sienna. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, it's just pretty good that you can get this good of a ride, this good wind noise. I didn't think it was gonna be this good in 2012. The MDX has always been and always will be a very quiet, comfortable riding SUV, and that shows it even for an 11-year-old car. So the tire noise is kept to a minimum, which is always a nice thing. You don't want to have too much intruding noise in the cabin when you're going down the highway. 55 series sidewalls on the 18-inch alloy rims do a good job with the ride quality. If you want an even better riding MDX, you should get the advanced model of 19-inch alloy wheels. So, after we merge, we'll be getting off the exit, a very sharp turning exit that will give you a feel of the handling, and then we'll begin our country road driving. Wow, brakes feel amazing. Whoa, that's some good handling this car has. Yeah, super handling all-wheel drive really helps with that. So, let's go ahead and turn onto this country road. Starting from a stop is pretty good. 275 pound-feet of torque will give it a pretty good launch. I do like the sound of this V6. It just sounds amazing. So, let me give you a taste of super handling all-wheel drive. You can find that in my snow video too. But let me just talk about that for a minute. Super handling all-wheel drive, they didn't make that up. It's actually true. It's even better than super handling. It's like the most awesome torque vectoring all-wheel drive you can even think of. So, super handling all-wheel drive is not your normal torque vectoring all-wheel drive system. It will shift power from different wheels as needed, but a normal torque vectoring all-wheel drive system you will have to take power from one wheel to give more power to another wheel. So let's say that 35% of the power is in both front wheels, so 35 and 35, both front wheels, so that would leave us with 15 and 15 in the back wheels. Let's say that the rear right wheel needs 35% of the available torque. So that would mean that you have to take 20% of the torque from a different wheel. That's for a normal torque vectoring all-wheel drive system, but not for this MDX. Let me give you that same example, but the exception is 35% of the power will go into the rear right wheel, and that can steer you around a pretty good left corner. Super handling all-wheel drive works best, I found. So when you're going around the curve and you're in the very middle of the curve, you mash the throttle, and then that will give you the best handling, because a lot of the power is going to shift to that certain wheel that is needed. And let me tell you again, super handling all-wheel drive isn't just super handling, it's totally awesome. And they've amazed me at how this works. And cruising down this country road, going up this hill, it handles this like a dream. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a very good riding car for 2012. Even though I'm sitting in the back seat, it's kind of just as good as the front seat in some ways, especially with the driving experience. You have plenty of room, and experience is just great. In all three rows, well, not much in the third row, when you're driving down a city road, country road, it just feels very good. 18-inch alloy rims will keep out some of the bumps. You will get car sick if you try to read in the car. What car does not have that? But yeah, I really like the way this MDX rides. You will too, if you test drive one. The most important thing with the wheels is the 55 series sidewall. That will help with the ride quality. That will kind of cushion out all of the potholes and bumps. And since this is a performance premium crossover, you will have pretty good handling. In addition to super handling all-wheel drive, like it doesn't lean too much as we were coming down that very loopy exit off the highway. Yeah, the brakes felt good, but surprisingly, body roll was kept to a minimum. And you do not want all your groceries in the trunk to go flying. You do not want your passengers to go flying, and you do not want yourself to go flying. So, no body roll is nice. we go again. So, we're going to get back on the highway. Yep, here we go. And the pedal is floored, I think. So, cruising down the highway again. I do like the highway because we get to merge. And I like merging because we get to go fast. Now this is a pretty good highway cruiser. Not a lot of wind noise, as I've said before. Pretty good visibility. And it's not gonna, like break down on the highway like some unreliable cars. This is pretty reliable, I've gotta say. Honda and Acura have always been known for their reliability, as well as Toyota and Lexus. And changing lanes is pretty smooth. There is no blind spot monitoring on this base model. You can get it on the advanced model, but you do have a little mirror in addition to the other mirror to kind of see your blind spot. That's always helped. With that truck in the bridge. We actually got a bridge knocked down because of a truck. Just that has totally nothing to do with cars, but yeah. Getting back up to speed is smooth. And this is a kind of curved ramp. And it says, take this at 55 miles per hour. You do not have to listen to those signs at all with this MDX. Maybe in the ice and the snow. Definitely not on a normal summer day. You do not have to do that at all. That's a Subaru WRX. It's a cool one. Also, if you're wondering about the transmission evaluation, we will get to that a little bit later. Also, if you're wondering, I will go on and off with the talking. Sometimes I will not talk, sometimes I will talk. So, you can keep that in mind throughout this video. Also, be sure to check out my sister channel, Cat Conversations, with 2 Ks, 2 capital Ks, instead of the Cs. That will feature just our cat and our cat, usually, because I've posted so many videos of the cat on here. I just made a separate channel for the cat. Alright, if the white up here is red and then turns green, that will be our transmission evaluation for the day. Or should I say for the drive? Yep, it is red. Alright, wow, this shifts so roughly. Unbelievable how rough this transmission shifts. Does a good job holding gears, but shift quality is just horrible. They will do a better job. But guys, that will wrap up our video for today. A little bit shorter than my normal video on driving. But I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.